Whoa! To the man cave, where we talk about everything and anything. This is the judgment-free zone, kind of like Planet Fitness, except it's not gay. Alright? All power to you if you do leg day. I ain't got time for leg day, fuck that shit. Today we're gonna talk about the opposite sex. I mean, specifically, should they pay the bill? Should they pay any bill? You know, on the first date, the last date, when we get married, after you get married, whatever, man. Should they be paying? You know, is there this stereotype that men, you know, they gotta be the man in the house. They gotta bring home the bacon. They gotta pay all the bills, and the wife just, you know, sitting pretty, sipping on that champagne. I mean, taking care of the kids, which might only just be, you know, slapping them with a couple of iPads and just letting them become, you know, these YouTube zombies. I mean, you know, I was talking to someone the other day, and they were like, you know what, Jose, women expect so much from you, and they offer so little.
Disclaimer, he does not speak for all of us.
Was that a hot button? Was that a hot tip?
Yeah.
I mean, not that you guys offer little, but I'm not going to talk about all that. I'm just thinking.
Okay.
We're really going to talk about, should women just pay the bill when we go out?
Do you pay the bill, Jose? Who pays the bill?
Yeah, Jose. Who paid the bills, Jose?
When y'all go out for dinner, who pays?
None of my business. It's none of my business.
All right. Let me start it off, right? All right. So I think, you know, if we take out a girl for the first time, I think it is our job and responsibility to at least fake it once in a while and be the one to pay, right? You want to pay for that one dinner, even if it's really cheap, really expensive, it doesn't matter. You just want to pay for that one dinner. After a few dates and, you know, you start actually dating, I think it should be 50-50. I'm eating, you're eating, we're both eating, you know? I think it should be 50-50.
You work,
I
work.
You work, I work. Hey, this is the way I see it, right? I'm driving. I'm the one putting gas in the car. I'm the one having to buy clothes because I gotta look nice just for you on a one-time thing. No, that, all right? If I gotta put in all this money on getting haircuts on a weekly basis, cleaning on the fucking car wash at a car wash, putting gas in my car, yo, we're going 50-50. God forbid you want fucking desserts. We're going 50-50.
So you clean the car wash at the car wash.
I'm cleaning the car wash at the car wash. All I'm saying is, when the first initial couple dates, I think the guy should pay. After that, it's fair game. It's fair game.
Yeah.
I think you got to get them in, reel them in, and then keep them there.
So
It's tough. I don't know.
I think you know, it's a new generation. We're in the
Here we go. We're about to get flamed.
No. It's the year 2020, right? It's the year 2020. I can understand, you know, men having to always foot the bill in, like, back in the 1950s, 1940s. That's all tradition now. Now everybody's talking about equality, right?
Yep.
Equality and stuff like that. And I don't mind equality. Like, you know, women should get paid as much as men.
If not more, who cares?
Yeah. Who cares? Like, you know, women. I don't think women are physically equal. I don't think they'll ever be physically equal.
Correct.
I don't think women will ever be equal to men on certain, you know, just certain things. But you know what? Traditionally, I'm fine with a man. If a man asks you out on a date, then he should pay. If a woman asks you out on a date, then she should pay.
Yeah. I agree with you on that.
Well. So
whoever's inviting, because if you're inviting,
You're invited.
but what if? I mean, but we know the way women think sometimes. So what if she's inviting you, and then it's expecting you to pay the bill at the end, and it's actually a great date?
Nah.
Hey, bro, it could happen.
I mean, I would probably offer, be like, "Oh, I got it," and then if she insists,
do one of these.
Yeah,
and then
Yeah.
and then she reacts, and she's like, "Oh no, I got it." Okay, great.
And what if she doesn't do that, and then you literally don't have a wallet on you?
Then now you know. Now you know what the expectation is. If she invites you, expect to pay. And then you want to stay with her. Then if you want to stay with her or not. If you don't want to stay with her, that's on you. Because now you know how it works. But if she's inviting you and then she doesn't pay, then that may be a problem.
I think in the beginning, when you're initially dating, I think the men should pay. Eventually, once they say you guys form a relationship in 5 years, 10 years, you guys start splitting everything in half.
Yeah, it's a business partner at that point.
Yeah, like eventually, once you get married and shit, I have my money, you have your money. We have money that goes straight into the bank together.
You have to get return on investment, man.
I don't share a bank. I don't share a bank account with my wife. My money is my money.
Your money is your money. Her money is your money.
Boy.
There you go.
At least personally, on my life, me and my wife, we share the same bank account. We do everything together. We share the same credit cards, everything, because we're a team. So we invest together, we buy together, everything is together. And no, it doesn't work for everyone, but you have to have that mutual understanding that you guys have to have that same goal. If her goal is to buy sneakers and dresses and shit and not care about the future, then you're gonna have a problem. But if you guys both have the same goal as you want to build your portfolio and get better, then you guys will fall in line. If you get what I mean.
I feel like
but what if, for example, you want to go out to dinner and you don't want anything fancy, but she wants lobster and filet mignon and all this other stuff?
Yeah, but it also depends on the personality of your partner.
Oh, that's another thing.
You have to understand that. If your partner has that in mind, that she wants to grow and she knows that right now you're not going to be eating lobster and shit, but you're going to be growing your portfolio to eventually you have enough cash flow. So it depends on your partner.
So I guess the good question is, since their initial first couple of days, you take them out on a really nice restaurant. After what date count do you actually downgrade a little bit?
Second date, bro.
Second date.
You want to test them. You take them nice first, and then you see what happens when you bring them to like McDonald's, just to see.
First of all, no one dates at McDonald's, bro.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to bring. I'm trying to bring it down. You want to see how?
Yeah, but you're going way down.
Yeah, but you have to see the rest. You want to see if they're a gold digger or not.
Yo, he does Top of the Hub, McDonald's. Like there's no in between. Wow.
That's how you can tell.
No, bro. No. You're incorrect.
If you just take a nice restaurant, they're gonna be with you all day long. Jose, you agree with me on this one, bro? Come on.
Yeah, I would. That's like a very drastic change. Like I just took you to like a $300 per plate restaurant, and now I'm taking you
to $1 menu.
To the dollar menu. Not even a gradual change.
Not even Fridays. No, it's just gone.
Straight down.
No Dave and Buster's, no Fridays, no nothing. Just McDonald's.
Bro.
There's so many things that it's like hypocritical for a woman to expect a man to pay all the time and shit like that. But then when we have certain expectations of a woman, it's just like it's hypocritical. They think we're sexist or something like that. But it's like, okay, you want to be equal. This is part of equality. Like, put in that money. Make more money for us. Know what I mean? I can't be the only breadwinner anymore.
I think it depends on the female partner you're talking about, or your partner, whatever it is. For example, like when I was with my relationship and stuff, my wife used to give me gifts all the time. She'd never pay for dinner. I used to pay for dinner, but she'll give me gifts all the time. And we also talk about goals and shit. But not everybody has that. Some people get in a relationship and the girl wants you to pay for everything, gifts and shit, and they don't take anything out of pocket.
Yeah, you can usually tell in the beginning what type of female you have.
Yeah.
It's like they're in it for the money because they just want to go out and expect you to pay, They don't even pull one of these where they try to go in their purse. You know, they just expect you to pay, and it's fine. You know, if you're inviting, like to your point, if you're the one inviting, you know, by all means you pay. If she wants to pay or go half and half in the future, then that's great. I think that's a great way to go. But it all depends on your personal finances. And then when you're married, that's a different story. You know, now you're married. Who's the one paying now? You know,
I got one though. What about when it comes to, let's say you're living with this person, you're not really married, but you are, let's say, paying rents. Do you think that should be 50-50?
It depends on the income of the person. You don't want to be a dick and like you're making.
Be a dick. I mean, you know exactly what you're getting into when you're moving in. What do you mean be a dick?
But let me say something real quick, bro. Can I talk? Let's say you're making like.
It makes sense.
Wait. Let's say you're making double the other person's income and shit. You can do like a 60-40, 70-30 type shit. It all depends on their income. If they're making more than you, they have to at least do 50-50.
So does the income of the woman matter? Like if she makes less money than you, does that mean that she has to pay less rent than you?
Yeah. If you have to live together as roommates.
Yeah, I agree with that. If you're making significantly more than the other person, I think it's just fair for you to step in and give a little more.
I mean, money definitely plays into, like, you see money play into the very first date all the way through marriage. And
money is everything. I don't give a fuck what they say.
And like, you know, like I guess it does. I guess age does affect whether or not a man should pay first. I mean, the younger crowd definitely expects that the man pay first, and then with the older crowd, there's more maturity. And then they understand, like, they sometimes with maturity they feel more responsible. They want to feel more independent and don't want to rely on a man, especially if they've had bad experiences. So sometimes like the sentiment will shift and be like, you know what, I'm a grown woman, I can pay for my own bills.
And you also see that as a grown man, you start saying like, listen, I have to provide for my family, so you want to take full ownership of the bills and just the overall expenses, because you feel like as a man that should be your job.
Yeah, I mean, but with this generation, that like even saying that is kind of sexist.
It is. As a man, and trust me, I'm all for splitting shit. Don't get me wrong.
But one of the things my father said when I was a kid, like, look, if you ever get married and you can't afford to take care of your wife, I'm gonna help you take care of your wife.
Wow.
But I would never help my sister. He said he would never help my sister take care of her husband.
Okay.
Wow. I like that. I ain't paying for no other nigga shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
his personality is that the man covers the house. You're the man of the house.
Yeah, but that's
also a sexist thing, though.
That's very
it is.
But again, I am all for shit.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna be paying for some bum kid's bills if you can't support my daughter. Like, you shouldn't get married with my daughter.
Then you should really think the same way in regards to your son's wife. You can't be a hypocrite and say, I'm not going to help my daughter and her husband.
You can.
Yes, you can.
Well, you can, but you have to acknowledge it is hypocritical.
Okay, so what you would tell me is that if your daughter gets into a relationship and the man just can't provide for her at all, you're gonna help to pay the rent and the bills? Basically.
No, I'm not.
It doesn't make sense.
Okay, so let's just say that your son all of a sudden falls into hard times, has a girlfriend, and he comes to you for help.
No, has a wife.
I'm either gonna be equal to both of them. I'm gonna be equal to both of them. If both my kids need help, I'm gonna help them.
Yes. Okay. All right. So put it this way.
But you're not gonna help them maintain.
But you're not gonna support them. You're not
gonna support your daughter maintaining a dude.
Why? Whoa!
Let's say her husband is a bum.
It's not about sex. It's not about.
No, it's not about sex. I'm just saying financially.
You're introducing the sex of the.
Yes,
person.
but you also have to acknowledge. You have to acknowledge that at the end of that besides your son and your daughter, someone else is receiving that help as well.
Let me explain. You guys are saying, "Oh, you're not gonna help your wife maintain this bum of a husband." Well, if you feel that way, then you shouldn't help your son maintain this bum of a wife.
But it depends.
What do you mean? All of it depends if the person has a pussy or not.
Okay, let's say.
You make a good point though, but
you made a good point. What's more easier to see? What's more easier to see? A stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad?
It's the year 2020. We can both stay at home.
So far, we have been for the last 4 months.
I mean, in work-wise,
we have been.
It's the same thing. There's equality. It doesn't matter. The stay at home can apply to both parents. So I don't know why you bringing in sex.
It sounds like you guys got a personal one going on.
I think me personally, is my opinion, me, myself, and I, that it's easier for a guy to work and have a stay-at-home wife if you want to go that route.
Why? No way. Oh man, all the men MCT clips going on a lot.
Because I could be a fully invested landlord and be a stay-at-home dad.
Correct.
I'm not saying that you're not bringing any income.
What?
You're just a bum.
Okay. So he's not
saying taking care of your kids.
So he's not saying actually work from home. He's just saying just stay home.
Yeah. Oh. And
like taking care of your kids and being
a full-time dad or a full-time mom.
Full-time dad.
Yeah. If this person, if they both agreed that it would be beneficial that he stayed at home and take care of the kids while she works, then I have no problem with that because it is a equal opportunity world that we live in. If she's a fucking doctor or a lawyer, then why not? She can manage. So the question is, let's say that's the case and she happens to get laid off, and now she needs assistance because obviously who's going to receive that assistance besides your daughter is going to be the man. Yeah, but that was a mutual agreement that they'd agreed upon before she got laid off. So as long as we both understand, like, oh, you guys were doing this before and now you got laid off, you anticipated this sort of hardship,
so there's a game plan in play, then it makes sense.
Like I said, I think in the beginning both sides should be working for the common goal, bringing in income both sides. Once you reach the point that one can quit the job to stay home to take care of you guys have kids, I think the only reason once you quit the job is because there's kids involved. Once you reach that point, then they should decide who's beneficial better to quit their job. Mm-hmm. If you have a wife that's making $300,000 a year as a doctor and you're freaking doing IT only making like $100, obviously the wife is better off going to work. Mm-hmm. But the way I was raised, the man is the man of the house.
I think if we want to progress as a society and if women do want to see more equality, then men also have to stop thinking that men should be ahead of the household. If that's how we want to progress and want to see, because there's tons of women that are bums and live off their husbands. I mean, just the fact that you're more concentrated on a bum husband rather than a bum wife just shows like the inconsistency. I think we should both be worried about both spouses. If my son has a bum wife, I'm gonna point to him and be like, yo, your wife's a fucking bum. I wouldn't just be like, oh, she's a bum, but women are supposed to be bums of the house, so it doesn't really matter. No, it's like there should be a level of equality, and it shouldn't matter on the sex.
I personally like the equality because I feel like men used to take advantage of being the only income earner, and they could they could be abusive, they could do whatever they want, they could cheat on their wife. What's the wife gonna do? Stay home. She's kind of less than the man. So I kind of like the whole equality because it's like it puts things on the equal playing field.
And even that, it's good for equality because let's say one of the sides passes away, bro. Like if I pass away one day, I know for a fact my wife will be able to grab that portfolio, grab all the investments, and push that shit forward. I know that for a fact.
That's the whole goal of equality.
If I had a wife that I'm the law in the house, that's not gonna be the case. If I die, all that shit's going to the ground. Yeah. And that's what happens with a lot of these fortunes. People don't have their wife as partners; they have them as items, pretty much.
Well, so a good point with that is that you also got to keep in mind, just because you have a wife doesn't mean they have to be your partner at your particular field. So,
no, they don't.
I mean, I can have a wife that is not interested in real estate, and I mean you can't force anybody to do that. You know what I mean?
But I bet you she will get you understand the business at least and learn that.
Yeah, but you can't.
She keep it moving forward.
But you're basically saying that once I pass, you're hoping that your wife will, take on your ambitions for your portfolio and take over. You can't hold her accountable for that.
I think it depends on your spouse.
Correct.
But you remember, even if you have a trust,
does that?
Yes, but you remember, even if you have a trust, your wife can still, let's say your partner can still destroy if they don't understand the business.
Yeah, no, I agree with what you're saying, but what I'm saying is you don't want to put. Let's just say if your wife is not genuinely interested in what you're doing, you shouldn't have to force her to learn what you're doing. It would be nice, but it's not required.
No, but they should at least learn. Like, for example, my portfolio. Now, this for me personally, I try to have everything managed because I don't want to manage property.
Correct.
It's not my cup of tea. But your partner should be able to learn how to manage the management company.
Your partner should at least have a small oversight of what's going on, but it shouldn't have control if she didn't want to. Yes, I agree with that.
Correct. That way she knows, like, if something happens to you, I don't want this business, but I'm gonna sell everything and get into this business.
Yes,
I agree with that. Family forward. You want to move
be an exit strategy and how to.
There should be an exit strategy. Yep.
She needs to liquidate all the assets, and then she does as she wants with the assets. If you want to have control, then you need to put it under a trust.
Correct.
If you want to liquidate $100,000, this $100,000 goes for a new house. This $100,000 goes for something else. This $100,000 goes for the college tuition. If you want to have it in line like that, otherwise they liquidate everything and they do whatever they want.
But my argument, I do have a small argument because I really don't think that the partner does have to be even remotely interested in what you're interested in. And I do think that a lot of relationships have held on for a very long time just based on looks alone. There are some, and I would even argue that like a majority of the time, men don't expect their women to contribute in any sort of way. And a lot of men just want a trophy wife, and they really don't mind that, and that relationship can last for decades because the woman in the relationship, she's not expecting to work and she's happy just looking good, and the man is bringing in the bread and he's not expecting her to contribute in any way. And I feel like that sort of foundation has been like a stereotype for hundreds of years. That's like been the stereotype, especially for white America. So the whole argument that if you don't have a partner, blah blah blah, that's like a more new generation, like a millennial thinking. And you know, there's a complete argument against that because it has worked where, you know, women don't have to do shit. They're just a trophy wife and men love it.
Two heads work better than one, bro. And at the end of the day,
not necessarily. No.
In my case scenario, two heads work better than one. If I can't reach an email or some shit when I'm at work, I don't have to worry about it because I know my wife will handle it.
Yes, but again, that's a very specific case.
No, at least I'm saying my personal situation. I think if you have two people working on the same goal, you're gonna accomplish that goal better if you just have one person trying to do it and another person doing something else. You have to have in a relationship. You have to have at least a common goal.
I've seen both scenarios where I'm working towards a goal and then I'm being worked against, and I'm working towards a goal and I'm being worked with. You know, it's very hard to, you know, try to get your goals and try to reach all your financial, you know, status and whatever with somebody that's working against you. You know, if somebody's splurging, getting credit cards, spending all the money, they don't have the same goals or ambitions as you do. Like, it sucks. Like, it's like working backwards. Like, you're trying to move 5 feet forward and they're just taking six steps back. So to me, it's very stressful and very annoying. But when you have somebody that's working to your favor, like in your case, which is great, I'm glad that you guys are working together. It's amazing, and you're gonna get a lot further in life, you know, with somebody that's working with you.
At the end of the day, it really depends on the individual, what they're looking for, what their goals are. And you know, sometimes you're right, like it's about age. You know, at a younger age, you're really not thinking completely about the future and your goals. And sometimes you're just in for the quickie. You know, you paying that first date bill just to get that quickie. But, you know, I feel like that's like a domino effect for like the rest of your life. Like if you're not looking for someone who is going to offer to pay for the next bill, then what does that mean for, you know, the long lasting relationship? What does that mean about, you know, taking care of your kids? Is there going to be equal like financial support for those kids, or are you always expected to be the breadwinner? And I think in this new day and age, I mean, the tides are shifting. You know, like I think women should, especially if they want equality, if they want to be seen as equals, then yeah, they should totally offer to pay the bill once in a while. You know, I mean, we're breaking away from tradition, but traditions always break, and we create new traditions. That's where traditions come from. We want to hear what you guys say. Drop a comment downstairs. I always say downstairs. You know what? We want to hear what you guys have to say.
In the basement. Drop a comment in the basement.
In the basement.
Drop a comment below. Let us know what you think. Should men just consistently always pay the bill? You know, what do you guys think? Give us a like on this video. Subscribe to the page.
We know you're watching, by the way. Yeah, we know that you're watching. Just subscribe right now. You know what? Pause it. Subscribe now.
Subscribe, please.
We need
that way. We need these views. We need the views. You know, and you know, drop comments on what you want to hear. Like what sort of topics you want to talk about. And if you want to be a guest, just let us know. You know, if we think you're intellectual enough to hang with the Man Cave crew, we will put you on.
By the way, you have to be in the Man Cave, though.
Yeah,
you have to be in the Man Cave. You have to be in the Man Cave.
We let Tito slide.
You can't be down at the beach and shit. You can't be in your backyard and shit with your camera.
Like, no, we let one of the hosts slide, all right?
We can only have one guy in their closet, right? So, just find a good place.
I try not to leave, but I don't want to be leaving.
Like you can tell all of us have a man cave, and this man has a bush in his closet with a background.
I got nothing else, bro.
That's all you have to know.
Oh shit!
I have nothing else to show.
He was literally like, you know what? This plant is gonna go really well in my closet.
Yo, I'm done. Let's go.
Thank you. All right, guys, we off this.
Fuck out. Oh my god.
Dude, get out the closet.
No, I don't want to.
All right, let's do it again. Let's run it again.
Oh my god.
Fuck it, we'll do it live. All right.
Yeah.
Do it live.
I've seen that.
I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Fucking this piece of shit sucks.
Fucking thing sucks.